Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to shed some lights on a kind of medical, health related subject that is known as immunity. Come to think of it, immunity is only the thing which has kept us on this planet for the last 1 billion years. Human, animal, creature, every single thing has immunity. Some people get sick very often, some people never get sick, some people suffer from COVID in a very first initial contact with COVID carrier, and some people don't have any kind of impact or efficacy of the COVID. It's all about our immunity. The stronger the immunity, the better we can fight with invading germs, pathogens, parasites, bacteria, virus, and all that. Weaker the immunity, poorer the immunity, we are almost all the time in the bed. One after another, all kinds of maladies, all kinds of viruses will attack on us, attack on our immunity. Our immunity is poor, is weak, so it cannot fight back. We cannot fight any kind of invading germs if our immunity happens to be poor. Better food, better habits, not smoking, keeping low weight, exercise can give you robust immunity. So today's title is herd immunity. Immunity was first invented by Dr. Edward Jenner in 1700, early 1700. And he actually found it, or he actually studied it accidentally when smallpox season was going on in England, and the lady who was bringing him milk, the milk lady did not suffer at all. And he got wondered about this thing, and he was baffled that why this lady did not suffer when everybody was suffering, and he found that the immunity of the lady was much robust than anyone else around him, around doctor. So now title is herd immunity. Why I put herd as a prefix of immunity? Herd immunity means like COVID has been going on, and in which few people are not going to given vaccination. But entire population of the world, all 8 billion people and 140 crore in India and 36 crore in America will be given immunization. That means vaccine will be given. That when everybody gets vaccine in the nation, everyone, regardless, that is known as herd mentality, herd immunity. There is a word of herd mentality also, but we are not talking about herd mentality, herd immunity. So everyone in your family, by the grace of God, nobody is sick of COVID still. Government is going to give you immunization to every member of the family. So you are never going to have COVID. COVID will attack. Virus would be all around us. But we are not going to have any kind of impact because our immunity would be so solid, like a rock, that COVID virus means coronavirus will penetrate in our body, but our immune system will be so strong that it will fight it off. Our phagocytes are going to kill the coronavirus, and it will have no impact on our health at all. That is called herd immunity. Immunity, according to immunologists, is characterized in 4 types. 4 types of immunity. Type number 1 immunity is innate immunity. Innate immunity is our active immunity that we are born with. If we are born with our parents, for example, are very healthy, children are born at the right age, parents are not sick, these kind of children are always immunologically very strong because they have innate, natural, parental immunity. So this is known as innate immunity, and this is the first kind of immunity that is the most fundamental and the most powerful immunity that God-given immunity, innate immunity, or natural immunity by our birth. Second immunity is adoptive or acquired immunity. Adoptive or acquired immunity is that by eating better food, by taking vitamins, by taking some kind of supplements which can boost our immune system, this kind of, and by that we can actually build our immunity, boost our immunity, is known as adoptive or acquired immunity from other sources or other people or other supplementary food, vitamins, exercise. So many things are there which can actually boost our immunity. Immunity is not something that once you got poor immunity which cannot be strengthened, or once you got strong immunity which cannot be impoverished or which cannot be weakened. Every single thing is possible. Yo-yo. Fluctuation can happen, but if you take care of yourself with better food, better habits, exercise, stress management, and all sorts of things, then definitely your immune system would be like Gibraltar's rock. Third type of immunity is passive or borrowed immunity. Borrowed immunity means some people actually have immunity so weak that they suffer from all sorts of things, and they mainly AIDS or many other terminal maladies they suffer from because they don't have immunity at all. Even in the COVID case, immunity also plays a very important role. And those people who have weaker immunity are going to get COVID victimize them. Otherwise, COVID is not going to be touching the people whose immunity is very strong. So this passive immunity means bone marrow. They actually borrow the bone marrow from someone in their circle or relatives whose bone marrow matches with the bone marrow of the patient. They borrow the bone marrow, donor is going to donate the bone marrow, and in this way, our immunity can be strengthened. Our immunity is nothing but bone marrow, white cells, phagocyte, lymphocyte, they live in our bone marrow, and the bone marrow actually provides us protection or defense against all kinds of invading germs, parasites, pathogens, bacteria, viruses, and all that. That is why you must have been reading or hearing that elderly people should be staying at home, don't go outside, because COVID can actually have much more impact on elderly people and very small kids, because elderly and very small kids both have weaker immunity, and they can become the first victim of COVID's carnage. Immunity number 4 is immunization. We are not, unfortunately, born with all kinds of immunity against all kinds of maladies and all kinds of disease and all kinds of viruses and bacteria and pathogen and parasites. So, you know that babies are given vaccination, immunization. When baby is 3 years old, 3 months old, then 6 months old, then year old, polio and smallpox and chicken pox and all kinds of immunization is given. So, babies don't get all those kinds of maladies that the baby's father and grandfather used to get. Smallpox, chickenpox, polio, these kind of maladies were very, very common in the society. But 100 years ago, almost 90% of people were suffering from all kinds of viruses, all kinds of maladies, all kinds of parasites. But today, 99% of those diseases which were prevalent in the world 100 years ago are all extinct, wiped out, gone. They're absolutely wiped out, obliterated. And that is why COVID now. COVID has killed 500,000 people, and 40 million people are infected because we don't have immunity against it. We don't have immunization against it. And that's why vaccine, everywhere we are talking about vaccine, because when vaccine would be available, that would be our fourth type of immunization. All of us are going to get the vaccine jabs. Vaccine would be injected in our body, in our bloodstream, and our immunity would be boosted so strongly that coronavirus would definitely enter in our body. But coronavirus will have no any kind of impact, deadly impact, or any kind of cataclysmic impact on our body, because our immunity or immune system would be like Gibraltar's rock, strong, sturdy, and very, very rugged immunity, like the immunity of 25 years old young person. So these are the four types of immunity, and every nation has been working on discovering the vaccine against the virus. Why everyone? Because herd immunity is needed. Every 135 to 40 crore Indians need this vaccine. Every 35, 36 crore Americans need, and all 8 billion people need vaccination. Now, not only sick people are going to get it, but those people who are healthy, who have not actually gotten the virus, will get this vaccination first. This is called herd immunity. Thank you very much for listening. We're going to talk about something else again tomorrow. Until then, God bless everyone on this planet. Amen.